When breakups and attachment loss creates crisis of existence. I want to talk to you today about why am I here and why does it matter? I wrote this to help give you a language to big feelings that you may be experiencing. I know I was relieved to find out that there were word containers to my big thoughts and feelings about the existence of life and specifically the existence of my life. I hope this message can be normalizing to you and what you may be feeling. I always had that weird and wondrous feeling since childhood when you try to understand yourself within the framework of life and life on this planet, and what it means to be here, and what it would mean if I wasn't here. These are really the hugest, most outlandish, most disorienting feelings I think I could have had. Throughout my time, starting as a kid, I thought about what the point of life was, and never really could take it for face value. As I got older, I analyzed it. I wondered why we were here, how we gain a sense of purpose. Why do kids do what they do? Why do humans do what they do? And how do we human in the first place? But the most mind-boggling of all to me was that some people could go on with life without question. Just go on with day-to-day agendas, plans, baseball, and jobs, death, and taxes, without at some point exclaiming, "Hold up, what am I doing here? What is this all about?" I theorize that for those who tend to think this direction, they may be more driven toward the creative right-brained, emotional brain interests, such as art, music, poetry. They may be less driven towards sports and have a harder time with disciplines such as waking up on time, because they often wonder what's the point of it all anyway. I'm sure we could look at personality inventories to see if this is accurate, even just a little. Rick Warren wrote a book, The Purpose-Driven Life, a bestseller which I pored over in my early 20s. As I got older and I continued to study formally and personally, I think it's vital that we continue to recognize these profound ideas about life and purpose within it. Did you know that we as humans have to orient to our life on this planet, kind of like you may orient to a new job or a new college campus? We are foreigners here when we first arrive. Some of us orient with ease and some not so much. And some of us question their orientation here and some not so much. I remember a classic movie I saw in my 20s where a man is at a party listening impatiently to a friend rant about crabgrass in his yard. The man is involved in an affair with a woman in the movie and he yells at his friend he doesn't care about crabgrass and he runs off to deal with the love affair. These concepts hold hierarchical importance, don't they? Crabgrass holds less importance in the grand scheme of meaning than the man's love affair. For me, reflecting on that scene, I think that before we can even think about love affairs or crabgrass, we need to figure out why does this love affair and the crabgrass even matter in the first place. I need to figure out what is the point of worrying about these things, be they surfacey or have a deeper meaning. And I need to understand if I have a reason enough to care about any of these things in the first place. Why does it matter? I call this what's the point thinking, which can get us in trouble sometimes. For a lot of us, we must know the point of our life in order to exist and care enough about it, in order to move forward within the existence in time and space to function well, rather than maladaptively. If I cannot find a reason to exist, I may not look to reach my optimal functionality, let alone my potential. In other words, I will not care if I self-actualize. I may not find that it's worth it to me, and I may not even realize I believe that about myself or that my life or the lives around me matter. If I don't understand the importance of the point of my existence, it may be difficult for me to care about others. Or if I have a lack of self-worth and feel ashamed of my existence for reasons we can talk about later, I may think that your life is important and worthy, and I won't believe that mine matters at all. I will care about you, but not myself. This is why attachment matters. The intersubjectivity of our existence together not only helps me construct a sense of myself or lack thereof, but helps me orient to the world around me in a way where I am not ashamed of my existence and furthermore have a sense of self-worth and self-value within my time here on earth. These are thoughts of Philip Bromberg, an author. My existence has to first matter, and how do I know if I matter if I don't have anyone to tell me so, or even to tell me that my presence affects them better or worse? This is why negligence is so painful. You're telling me my existence is disposable and useless to you, and there's power in that. Attachment scientists recognize that I need someone to share with me that I'm seen and that I matter, that you're thinking about me and that you want to know me. I'm going to end this video here, but as the series progresses, I will discuss many things revolving around existence, such as existentialism, clearly, attachment, purpose, suicidality, trauma, and shame. Stick with me as we consider these concepts together. I don't want this series to leave you wondering about your existence without knowing the most important thing about these inquiries and the most important thing of all. It may be hard for you to hold this belief, but it is the most important thing on my mind that you do eventually believe this. I want you to know that you matter. Your thoughts, they do matter. Your life, it does matter. You have a reason to be here, and you do have a purpose. Even if you can't see it or sense it, please borrow my belief until you can believe it for yourself that you do matter. It's my heart's biggest cry to share with you that you have value. You are here on purpose for a purpose. If these thoughts bring up something within you, please reach out to a professional counselor or talk to someone in your world who cares about you. Go to a school counselor, go to a pastor, someone who can walk through these concepts with you. And please dial 911 if you experience a life-threatening crisis. Let's take courage together as we realize that we're not just skin and bones and cerebrum. We are so much more. Take care.